This episode, I don't have a strong goal. We're going to exercise constantly, so it's going to be a September grind. We're not going to be fighting so many zombies, which has been Bill's primary form of entertainment. Alright, so you're pregnant. I've got an empty plastic bottle. I can milk you. What can I do with sheep's milk? Fertilized and unnerved. I think this hen is actually guarding some eggs. Alright, generator day. This is no zombie town. Zombies are not allowed here. Alright, welcome back to Echo Creek. Last episode we finally got the books we needed to operate generators. So we now have a generator, which means we have refrigeration. At the exact same time, Indy Stone released an update that made it possible to do plumbing again. So all of a sudden we have modern, civilized comforts of home again. We even managed to have a little bit of a shower. This episode, I don't have a strong goal. We're no longer working to get into the library. I'm going to be reading everything I can read, eating well, although we haven't lost a lot of weight. We're going to exercise constantly. In fact, let's just do some now. We do have some missions to go into town for, so we'll set up a generator at the gas station and fill every gas can we have available. And somewhere in there, we're going to want to collect some more propane. But nothing is a critical priority, so it's going to be a September grind. Given that it's September, the only other time-sensitive thing to worry about is planting September crops. And we'll do that somewhere. There's some other prep stuff we could do. We could get a wood-burning stove in here. It's easier to keep a wood-burning stove going. But we have a couple months before that's critical. But we don't want to be in mid-February and run out of gas for the generator and have to trog over to the gas station in the middle of a massive snowstorm or something. We're not going to be fighting so many zombies, which has been Bill's primary form of entertainment. I might have to find what other ways we can entertain ourselves. It'll also be nice to do a little bit of cleanup work, maybe build some crates. They won't be amazing, but we don't really need them to be. Just categorize stuff a little better. Like, maybe it'd be nice to have all of our repair stuff in one place. I also realized I picked up that cooking show, but I don't think we can get anything from it. Probably solve our boredom with this correction fluid. I think if we get to that point, we'll consider it. I don't have enough room to store all of our books currently. This is another way to solve our boredom and depression issues, eating good food. Well, this weather is keeping the crops watered. Also, despite being hungry, we haven't lost any weight, so I'm going to continue being hungry for a while. Realize we probably still have several hundred eggs to get through. Pretty sure I didn't finish them. We'll finish the cigar and then exercise before bed. This doesn't differentiate between wheats. I guess all wheat is winter wheat. Let's hope that's true. It rained so much in the last couple of days. Why is the water level parched? Does rain not irrigate? that why everything is dying? That's really bizarre. Feels like maybe they did a lot of work to make animal husbandry work, but their tiny rebalances to farming. I'm not even sure it would be possible to survive on farming. Hemp is something I can plant, and I didn't think I had any of. Let's do it then, I guess. Somehow still parched. Let's go up here. It appears that rain did water the things that are not dead. I don't understand why that one crop is not having water. It watered now? It is still parched. Water it this once and see what happens. And I just killed it. I don't know, I think this is leftover bugs from when I planted those. I don't know, maybe it'll behave now. It just cost me a month's worth of growing from an already very slow process. I think today may be a good day to do some fishing to slow down my use of non-perishable food. And we can forage both ways. Huh, those weren't worth XP. Guess there's a chicken that pooped there. That was fast. Sure enough, let's see what we can catch with a cricket. It's time to read the next fishing book. That one actually fought a little bit. We'll have a fish and bean stew, and tomorrow I will check on the animals. Probably about time that I clean out those chicken coops. Like 3 days, almost 15%, about 5% a day, is what we currently have running. Guess not all of those fish were large enough to fillet though. I don't know, I guess I'll just cook them whole, see if they can be used in a stew that way. I can put powdered cheese in a soup, but not a stew. That's right, really need to use a fish more than anything. Cinnamon in this fish stew. Well, not quite a stew. It should make us happy. This is really not solving hunger very well. Looks like the weather might allow a trip into town. That was quite a catch. A couple more days like that and we'll be ready to read Fishing 3. We got fillets out of all of the fish that we caught today. That's good news. I think I have maintenance too. I need another level of maintenance. It looks like a half-hour session of burpees. It's a little over 100 XP. You're 3,300 shy, roughly. So it's going to be 30 more sessions of burpees to get the next level of strength. Perhaps I should be using barbells. So the reader certainly comes with a cost. That cost is spending all day reading a little 2-book. That really should make a loud clang sound when you drop them. And that was more like 150, so it's slightly better than burpees for strength. The time it takes to eat this, it stops being hot, and I'm trying to fight boredom here. I guess it has been quite some time since we planted this kale. It's almost enough kale to feed us for a meal. Hopefully it comes with a lot more seeds. I think I probably need to wait for it to go to seed. Let's check on the animals today. It's fine, I guess. Oh, we need a broom to clean out. I think a shovel would do the job. Oh, were they unable to lay eggs in the laying boxes because the hatch was... Wait, why haven't they laid eggs in here? That's curious. Are they laying eggs on the ground now? Yeah. Well, that's a good sign. They're not dying. How are you doing? It'd be nice to have a faster way of telling who's pregnant. Should be able to tell by looking. Oh, that one's pregnant. Alright, so if you're pregnant, got an empty plastic bottle. I can milk you. What can I do with sheep's milk? I think I don't know how to make butter. So if milk shows up in this window, that means it's pregnant. I don't have to run over to it to find out. But this one is too. Well, it's full, I might as well drink it. Are you sitting on eggs? Fertilized and unnerved. It kind of looks like there are eggs under it, and yet they don't show up theirs. I think this hen is actually guarding some eggs. And that one's gestating. And that's a male rabbit. Quite a few rabbits, in fact. I imagine they're rather constantly gestating, on account of there being 2 males. I guess I should just let them keep at it for a while anyway. I'm a little curious why it put all the eggs in one of these and none in the other. I apparently left a whole bunch of eggs in here. Are they able to get into this thing at night? Is that what's happening? I guess one of these days I should hang around until sunset and see where they all go. Maybe they're using that as a hutch. Let's see about using this fertilizer. Alright, what would I like the most? I guess it'd be good to get wheat. I think that's probably the most calories. It didn't even leave me a sack afterwards. Oh, I put all the extra eggs in here. Perhaps if I put them in stews, it will offset their unhappiness a little bit. Well, that was a little bit of a waste, but it seems like they are producing eggs about as fast as I can eat them. So fertilizer doesn't count as compost. It's not actually possible to see something has fertilizer on it. Well, that's it for the compost, for now. I'm not gonna max out the herbs. Gaining weight off of that stew. Guess for a little while then, we're eating stale eggs. Well, I was gonna go get a generator set up at the gas station, but we overdid it exercise-wise, so perhaps tomorrow I have to plan ahead and stop doing burpees for a day. I think we'll have to go there. I'm also debating whether it would be a good idea to move these cows. Let's eat breakfast first. The stale eggs are going to be rotten quite soon. I should only pull them out in order to use them in something. See if there are any other videos we could watch before we start getting depressed. I don't think I can get anything out of Woodcraft. I can't get any XP from it, but it is reducing our boredom. Tomorrow we are going to try to get a generator set up over at the gas station. Why am I awake after 3 hours? Alright, generator day. I don't expect to run into any large crowds, so let's save the baseball bat. Need somewhere to put the generator, and I don't think it'll fit in the back. How damaged the back is. Thought we had more cans than that. I filled one with water. I think that is no longer necessary. Alright, we have to get down to here. So we go past the warehouses. That's the last house on the right. And the truck stalled. sure if this actually counts as Echo Creek anymore. I don't really want zombies wandering into our zombie-free zone. I don't know what to do with this steel stuff yet, but presumably in a forge we can melt it down and cast something out of it. Could stop and weld these, but we're kind of full up for stuff. Maybe worth marking on the map that they're here. Hopefully that's clear enough to future me. Even though the seat only carries 20, it can carry one big object. Somehow we are sitting on top of it, which I didn't think you were allowed to do. So this is the better of the generators. I'm going to use this one at home because it's more efficient and quieter. And I'll take the one that's at home and set it up at the gas station. The intersections look the same. Feeling a truck like a civilized person. Sure is a slow pump though. At some point I'm going to come back for that chest freezer. We should probably fill it full of fish or something before winter gets here. Well, we can sit on one. Put one on the other seat. Let's just fill this truck full of gas cans. It'll be fine. What's that flashing light about? Do I have enough welding to actually fix the trunk? Can I save myself that effort? I need just a little bit more welding first. Guess we might as well do some welding then. Just barely fit one more. I'll leave this one here. Oh, I forgot to close the door. Yeah, well, that was a productive day. I feel like walking around with a welder mask on. I mean, it's a 90s era welder mask. It's not likely to be auto-darkening, so we're walking around blind while wearing the thing, just for the extra protection. That's a little silly. We're gonna do a couple more days of non-stop exercise. I'm curious if I can get my strength up a point, because that will make everything a lot easier. And I think we might be less than a week away if we use barbell curls. Bill's getting bored. You and me both, buddy. Get to the next level of welding. Suddenly, it is worth it. We can do other useful things besides fabricating. That means we can do repairs on the truck now. And I'm going to leave this barricade in place so that maybe this room doesn't leak quite so much. Not really sure how to tell. Well, it is a degree colder immediately outside. Guess that means tomorrow we should drive around looking for more wrecked vehicles to take apart. That might be the last book I can possibly read without gaining some skill levels. Don't know a lot about what I can do with glass making. Oh, with molten glass. Yeah, I suspect we have a lot of recipes to find before we can do anything like that, if they even exist in the game yet. As soon as we're done with this, we should go out and do some welding or something. Alright, we have the next few mechanics books, so it's probably going to be worthwhile grinding on some mechanics. Do I have a jack and a wrench? I'm positive I have a jack somewhere. Well, let's work on repairing the truck a bit then. Well, that's a significant improvement. Oh, this gives us mechanic skill, and not welding skill. That's fine by me. Well, it's not nothing. It's a bunch of extra storage we didn't have before. Ah, we need a different wrench, of course. Huh, my foot is infected. Ah, yes, I can disinfect it. Okay. Sure is taking its time healing. I guess it's time to use some antibiotics. Those are some crunchy antibiotics. I think today might be a good day to do some fishing. An item. What did I pick up? Was that millipede? Well, that egg is definitely a sign there's a chicken around somewhere that's been through here relatively recently. I was hoping I would see signs of its tracks. Crawdad. I don't know if we want to cook it or use it as bait. It does not go out of fast forward mode when you get a bite. A little unfortunate. Oh, wow. Okay. We can't actually fit that. I guess it's time to head home. Nothing quite like successful fishing, breaking your back carrying a 32 kilogram fish home. Not sure what I could have done better than that. I guess having a bigger backpack. People don't know anything about berries. Can I not fit it in the stove? I can't, it's too big. Alright, just barely by itself. Oh, this is a good idea. I'll spend the rest of the evening foraging then. Go somewhere we haven't foraged recently. That means the chicken maybe came through here. That wasn't foraged chicken droppings. Those just were there naturally. Means there was an actual chicken around here somewhere. does seem to be able to find chicken tracks. I know in the woods on the other side of this road there's deer coming through, so maybe we can do some tracking up there. Now that opens up the next foraging book. Can't even hear deer. I guess I should see what can be done with flint nodules. Oh dear, cornfield. I guess that's not a plant, that's some sort of farm accessory. Maybe something sheep scratch themselves on, deal with their wool problems. I also wonder if it's too late in the year to shear them. Normally something you do, in the spring? If I do it now, will they freeze to death over winter? Most of them have barns to hide in. That is so close, I'm just gonna keep lifting weights until I get there. At that, suddenly we have 2 kilograms more carry weight, a chunk more damage, and also we'll be able to fight longer without muscle strain. Let's not overdo the exercise today. I mean, more than we already have. Trying to get a full night's sleep. And tomorrow I'll go looking for cars to weld. I had a lug wrench. I just decided to put it in with the kitchen stuff for some reason. I wish there was an option to drop all of these items on the ground instead of holding them in inventory and taking damage. Not much point in finishing the car until after we read the next book. You know what that means. Time for another round of burpees. Getting to fitness level 5 will actually make a huge difference for Bill. Due to starting overweight, he has low fitness, and this one point will remove a lot of negative effects that he has because of it. We're gonna have to go get more eggs. I can't quite do engine repair yet, but we're 1 point away. Once the power is out and I'm running off generators, the lights in the light switches no longer show up. I think today I'll go retrieve that ice chest, maybe have a little wander around town. Not enough eggs for this trip. When I get back I'll have to make a stew. Probably worth adding some more diversion material, try to avoid getting too bored. Now that I know that bars and pipes are different things, these are 2 fairly decent long blunt weapons. I maybe missed this place. I did my initial looting. I could add plenty of backup weapons. Much anti-boredom material that I left behind. No zombie town. Zombies are not allowed here. Kind of amazing how quickly everything is overgrown. I guess I didn't finish looting this place. I guess saxophone is also a long blunt. Emptied the propane tank. I'm trying to drag the ice chest in, but I'm not going to set it up yet. It'll consume power all the time. Oh, I'm not allowed to just drop it. Can I put it in something? Pretty heavy, so that might be asking a lot, but aha! I just have to remember that we stuffed a popsicle freezer inside this cabinet when it comes time to deploy it. Alright, now it's time to actually start grinding some of those skills. I'm gonna get started with carving first, as it's gonna be potentially the easiest way to make more handles with nails. Also see about sharpening this kitchen knife. And also because I didn't change the default erosion stat. Trees are growing faster than my crops. Doesn't really matter what I carve. Can research a tree branch? Everything seems to be the same amount of XP. You can carve a branch into a long stick and then carve that into a wooden spear instead of going straight to spear. And the wooden rod can be carved into handles, so that's the best approach on carving level 1. Now we're just going to burn all of them. It says it's going to carve 2 small handles, but then it makes 8. Now, do I have the next carving book? I think there's a very good chance I do not. Fortunately, this is not a skill where the materials are difficult to come by. Yeah, I don't have any more carving. My goal, though, is mostly to get to carving level 3, which is where you can make large handles, so I'm probably just gonna brute force it. Yeah, we can make medium handles now. Oh, and we can carve the medium handles into small handles. Hopefully we'll never need that splint. If we do need it, it's gonna have to be a bad day. Need to do something to recover from exhaustion now that we don't have skill books to catch up on. isn't that able to make more medium handles than small handles? Alright, I do need to eat a small meal, because I could also make coffee. So this same wooden rod could be carved into 4 medium handles or a single medium handle. I actually got 1 out of it this time. Do I get 4 out of it for that one? Sure enough. Yeah, I think those recipes are a little wonky. Oh, with that, we should be able to turn tree branches into large handles and be able to keep ourselves armed with decent weapons. They'll break more frequently, but they literally grow on trees. Probably some other interesting things I can carve at level 3 now. You can make a fork or a pipe. Logging a tree branch makes a bucket. Now, did I actually save any tin cans? I might have stuck them over here to collect water. Got 2. I made the wrong one again. It's very easy to do that. Got enough nails, but it just doesn't show up in this recipe window. You have to go this way. You have to make sure that you're selecting the right things. So the can reinforced one, slightly less damage. It might be in worse condition just because it was made that way. It doesn't make any sense. Why can I research the craft recipe when I already know it? Maybe that research feature is still a little iffy. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to make coffee or something and avoid foods with calories. The stew I made was just too much. In fact, I think I'll put that stew in the freezer. The havoc recipe uncooks the fish. Alright, but now we have some fish of reasonable weight for future recipes. Much as I sort of like the realism of having to put your gear back on after exercising, it is a little tedious, especially when you're in this grind section of the game. Well, that's curious. I slipped through the alarm. Alright, well, the next goal is going to involve making some planks. Seems like winter is coming. I'm gonna build some storage in here, pile some planks in here. I may retire this tool chest as well. It's a nice idea, but it stores less than a crate does. I guess we can put it in the closet, that's sort of appropriate, except it won't fit. Well, that's a bit silly. I think I'll remove this counter first. Just move all of this. The storage is the same, but it feels weird to stick a crate on top of a counter. No, the storage isn't the same, at least not yet. I'll have to replace these as my carpentry skill improves. I guess it's just crates for now, unless we want to build another barn somewhere. Why can I build a crate there, but not on top? And let's see about making a coffee drink. Stave off some boredom and hunger without too many calories. Add some cinnamon. That shouldn't be too many calories. Just make it out of coffee, coffee, and more coffee. I guess we heat it up in the oven. Seems a little strange. We'll just grab that ceramic bug out of the oven with our bare hands. Well, that accomplished very little. Oh, come on, Bill, it's 2 in the morning. Well, if we don't have huge crowds of zombies to eat calories, maybe we should just be out running a lot, since movement does burn calories. Run down and see if there are any eggs to collect. I again forgot to bring tools for cleaning out the coops. They really don't like this one. They don't lay any eggs in it, but they lay them in here all the time. Yeah, they're even laying them out here, rather than in the other hutch. Is it not part of the zone? Hard to tell, that might be the case. But I've got nails with me. Wait, I can't dismantle it? Got a hammer and a saw. I guess maybe I'll just have to build another one. Oh, they can only be pointed south. That'd be nice to bring that microwave. I think I might also need to look for some winter gear beyond the long johns I found. It's only gonna get colder. See if those antibiotics did anything. Still infected. Another longer term goal is to be able to repair the truck engine. So let's get back to our vehicle learning. Alright, well that's a car exhausted for the day. About a third of the way to level 5. Make a world of difference. Make it so the truck doesn't stall out on us. How do I know I'm not using the one that I'm trying to save? I don't understand it, but somehow the all-egg diet is the best way to maintain the right weight. Or it's just the fishing continues to be a little bit broken. What turned off my alarm? That's odd. I have to take another trip into town to collect more clothing to tear up. Need to look for winter gear anyway. I've got eggs on me, so I guess now is as good a time as any. And the offhand chance I run into more zombies, let's bring a second, third, and emergency backup weapon. Oh, and yet another emergency backup weapon. That's fine. Alright, so this time we're looking for propane. Let's make a bit of room. Can move some of this to storage. Yeah, we passed up a lot of entertainment the first time through. Huh, you can't tear apart padded pants. I think that's a new item. These are in better condition, so let's just swap them, I guess. But they haven't had a recipe for taking them apart added. Oh yeah, this was where we started the game, because I immediately put away this gun. And I also put away all this stuff. That's weeks of entertainment. Weird. Why did I leave a door closed? Compressed books. That's Reader's Digest. Aha. If we ever get into leatherworking, This is one of the few ways to get belt buckles. That also gets us some leather. I don't think I left anything in this trailer, but it's possible I left some clothing or rags or something. I didn't ever read how to make jars of produce. I neglect to read any others. Doesn't look like it. Try to come across it again, but at some point we might actually expand the farm large enough that preservation is important. Well, not a super productive trip, but it was something. Probably gonna burn through all of these rags very quickly. And we're back to having too much stuff to fit on the shelves. Got a surprisingly little thread from that trip. Sewing gives you neck strain. That's it for the rags we found today. That went by pretty quick. Got more thread still. I think one more level and we can start using denim. Yeah, perhaps this time we'll actually sleep until morning.